One of my favorite things to do on a Sunday is head over to the Beacon Farmers Market. They have a variety of great produce as well as different vegan food options. Here's some cool artwork that I saw. I definitely want to come back and get some items from here next time. And one of my favorite spots is the Little Loaf Bake Shop. They make vegan baked goods, including these amazing croissants that we picked up. I got the Almond Joy croissant, and my son got a pretzel croissant, and it was super, super delicious. Here are some oyster mushrooms and lion's mane mushrooms that we picked up at the farmer's market. And here is some basil that I grew on my deck. I still have some leftover basil. It's been a great crop this summer. So I've been really excited having a garden this year. And here's the basil that I picked, and we're going to turn the oyster mushrooms that I got and the basil into a vegetable lasagna. I also picked up some baby zucchini that I chopped up into this vegetable mixture that I'm going to show you in a moment. Here are some other ingredients I am using. I have a tomato sensitivity, so I always make my own sauce using beets. That comes out delicious. I'm going to use the basil and garlic in that. So doing a vegetable lasagna is really simple. You can use any vegetables you want. I'm going to use those oyster mushrooms as well as some eggplant and maple syrup, nutritional yeast, which also adds great flavor and B12 vitamins into the recipe. Maple syrup I'm going to be using in my beet sauce, as well as some apple cider vinegar. And here are the vegetables chopped up: the zucchini, onions, eggplant, oyster mushrooms. There's the basil, and here are the lasagna noodles that I'm going to use. I'm using these organic brown rice pasta lasagna noodles. I like to cut gluten whenever I can. I just notice I feel better when I don't eat a lot of gluten products. So here I am boiling some water for those lasagna noodles. You can also do no-bake versions of lasagna as well. This is my beet sauce. I realize I should have made a double batch for this recipe. The lasagna need a lot of sauce, so I used maple syrup, apple cider vinegar, the canned beets. I added the fresh basil to that, and then I also added some garlic, and then a little more water to that, and then popped the top on and blended it. And there you have it, some homemade beet sauce for the lasagna. And then for the vegetable mixture, I sauteed some onion and garlic, and I used a little water to make this oil-free. I try to reduce oil wherever I can, and sauteing with water is a great way to reduce oil in your cooking, and you still get good results. So I had the zucchini and the eggplant, a little more water, and the mushrooms, and then I just cooked the mixture down. And then I turned this block of tofu into ricotta for the lasagna, which is much healthier than real ricotta. This is put in a food processor with some onion powder, garlic powder, nutritional yeast. And yeah, it makes a really good, it has the same texture. So it's a really good substitute without all the fat and salt that's in ricotta cheese that you buy, that's loaded with dairy. This also adds nutritional value, including protein. And here's the vegetable mixture. I added my beet sauce to it. And like I said, I realized I should have done a double batch of beet sauce for it, but I still made it work. And there you have it. There is my vegetable beet sauce that I threw together that we're going to layer with those noodles and tofu ricotta. I decided to add a little Violife shredded mozzarella. This is my favorite dairy-free brands. So I use that for the top. There's the vegetable sauce and the ricotta and the noodles, and just layer it up in your pan like you would with any other type of lasagna recipe. So yeah, I just spread that all on, and then here you go. And I'm gonna dollop on the tofu ricotta, and it really just gives you that texture, and it takes on the flavors of the sauce and the seasoning. You could put cheese on each layer if you want to. I tried to minimize the processed stuff in this dish to try to keep it mostly healthy. So I just layered on more noodles and sauce and ricotta. This is where I could have used a little more sauce. I ran out, but I made it work the best I can. And then I just put the cheese on the very top layer, but you could always put it between all the layers. I just tried to make this a mostly healthy lasagna. And then there you have it. And then it's ready to go into the oven. I put it in for 30 minutes at 350. I also threw together this tasty salad to have on the side. And there you have it, a mostly healthy vegetable lasagna. And then I garnished it with a sprig of basil from my garden, and it was really yummy. And there you have it, a mostly healthy, dairy-free, vegan lasagna that was really easy to throw together. And you can make your own version of this. You can swap out the animal ingredients and typical lasagna and experiment. Create your own sauces or vegan meat crumble mixtures. And yeah, just experiment and have fun. And yeah, you don't need animal products to have delicious lasagna. Thanks for watching. I will see you real soon. Bye for now.